I've done it again, didn't I? Talking, I didn't switch over the microphone. What I was saying was, I can't hear anything in my left ear because the earphone is gone. So I'm going to have to wait till next month before I can get a replacement. But everything that could go wrong this morning, setting up stream. I don't know why the switching software is having a few problems, but I haven't changed anything, but it decides to lose some of the settings. But here we go. But anyway, so I did decide to do some Grand Prix Legends today. I was going to dip back into Satisfactory to continue with the Christmas event, but wasn't really in the mood. I was kind of more in the mood of just settling back and watching some of my bad racing. So if you haven't been here before, what we've been doing is we've been reviewing replays from my past. And at this point, we're up to Season 8 of UKGPL. Which went all the way from Season 3. And we started in Division 5. We're now up to Division 2. There are only 4 divisions in the league that I was in. What would be like 20 years ago, because I think this is either 2003 or 2004. But I got a shock win at the last race of the season. Which was weird. I think, what did I end? I think I ended up about 3rd in the championship, 4th in the championship, something like that. So that's where we are. So we're on to Season 8. I did miss out a couple of rounds in the last one. I don't know why I didn't save the replays, but I look to have quite a few of them in this one. We've even got some pre-league stuff, so I don't know whether we should. Maybe we should watch that as well, because I don't know what happened in that. So we've got round 1 Monza, round 2 Mosport, round 3 Nordschleife, round 4 Watkins Glen, round 5 Kyalami, round 6 Mexico, round 8. So missing out round 7. I don't know where that came. Where that went. And then round 9 Sneston. So we've got one server replay in there, so that always fills me with dubiousness that I finished that one, because I don't have a player copy. But I don't know. Should we just crack on with the actual league rather than the pre-race stuff? It's kind of up to you, really. Because I only got a couple of hours. Because I've got some motorsport to watch in a couple of hours. Let's just go with round 1. So, there's been a couple of tracks that I've noticed in my seasons that have never really gone well. Oh, what a shame. I missed out Monaco. What a shame. There's been a few tracks where I just haven't... I've never gone well. There's always been something that has happened. Monza is always one. Because I've always got caught up in the turn 1 melee. And Monaco hasn't ever really gone well. Right, so I don't think there was any significant changes in rules and stuff. I have checked the standings. Well, not the standings. I've checked the league intro. So we've got to learn some completely different names as well, because I'm up a division. I imagine I got promoted with the people that were above me as well. Unless they got promoted to the division above. So I believe that we're missing a few people on the start here. So there's someone called Jay Vark. Don't know who that. Derek Jones. He came with me then. Derek Jones is pretty much been in every single division that I've been in. Paul Adams. Jimmy Vark. Yeah, that's probably it. Paul Adams. He got promoted with me. He was... I think he won the last... He won Season 7, I think. Paul Bird in the Honda. I'm behind Paul Bird in the Brabham. So let's see whether the Brabham actually works for me. B West, Baz West, who still races today. He's in the Honda. So that's all we've got on the line. So do I get caught up in the T1 melee this time? Ooh. Let's turn it down a touch. Oh, that's a pretty good start. Pretty good start. Apparently. Oof. Hear him. Oh, come on now. No matter what I do, these drivers could not go in a straight line. They decided to go through drivers rather than round them. So what happened? I was going in a straight line. Joe Barsley, what were you doing? There was a car-shaped gap there, but he decided not to go through it. No, that looked like lag, didn't it, on my side? So yet again, it's another race where I've got to come from the back. So I'm at the back. So Mike Ryson, my buddy, caught up in it as well. So we went from 7th down to whatever this is. Let's see how erratic I drive. I would imagine I would be driving angry again. Can see the pack in front of me, but and of course the perpetrator gets away. And to add insult to injury, I've got to take a stop and go. So what we'll maybe see if that BRM takes a stop and go, because he was the cause of it. No. Oh, look! It's Ben Summers! Here I am, coming in for my stop and go, because I got flipped on my head. I get penalised for it. So I'm either further behind now. So what's Ben doing? Ben's in the Cooper. Oh! There he is. He must be just on the cusp of so there's 15 drivers apparently. So I'm guessing Joe Barsley must have taken a stop and go because I'm right behind him. But I'm basically 18th. Yay! 7th down to 18th. So we've got 21 laps in this. Fastest lap of the race is a one... I don't know what that big banner is that's getting in the way of the... So 129.2. I think that's an eagle that's done that lap. Bit of slipstream. We'll have some of that. One place. So, I mean, it's always good when the first race of the season starts out like a nightmare. I mean, I should be able to get pull clear of that BRM behind. As I get out of the draft, I'm probably going to be away. And the pack hasn't gone, so that's good. Don't ask me what that big banner is. Looks like a glitch to me. So we're going to be watching a couple of races this afternoon. And we'll take a little bit of break because I've got some motorsport to watch. And then we'll be back about 6 o'clock because we are doing the last round of the Virtual World Sports Car Series, which is going to be at Linus Monterrey. So it's a race, 100 minutes at Linus Monterrey. And if you followed some of the races I've done in the past, I would have raced at Linus Monterrey if I hadn't have blown my engine on the start in a previous series. So I may actually get to do some laps, some racing around Linus Monterrey. So I'm quite looking forward to that. That should be fun. But it seems to have gone so quickly. I didn't think we'd be at the last race of the season. We did our hill climb last week. I can't remember where I finished in class. I was doing really fast laps in practice on the hill climb, setting some quite good times, but I bottled it in the timed run. I was like 2 seconds slower because obviously it was only one chance. You literally only did one run, and that was your lot. So the pressure got to me. I'm pretty much going to be last because I've still got to do. I mean, pit stops are probably still going to be present. So I'm going to get overtaken in the pit stop by the guy behind because he probably doesn't even have to stop. And I think I have to stop for like 15 seconds or so. So I'm going to be last. Pretty depressing race. Oh. Someone's had a bit of an off. Oh, there's 2 or 3 cars. I don't know what I was dodging there. Was I dodging a wheel or something? So that BRM behind is taking a pit stop. So we've gained a couple of places. We're now up to 13th, I think it says. But that's by attrition. So our fastest lap is a 1:29.8. Fastest lap of the race is a 1:28.8. So we're chasing another BRM. So that's Martin Portman. And ahead of him is Ben Summers. Ooh, are we gonna have a battle, Ben? Are we gonna have a battle? Are we gonna have a battle? So I'm at the cusp of 129s. The guy ahead is doing 131s, 133s, so it's only a matter of time. So he's coming into the pits for his pit stop, and so am I. Right. Let's see how long we stop for. So that'd be our... Ooh, we only stopped for like 5 seconds or so. So that's our pit stop. Got it out of the way really quickly. Back to chasing the BRMs. So we're going to be overtaking Joe Bardsley again. And then we've got to overtake Martin Portman. So lap 7 of 21. So not even half distance. Whoa, we followed him. We got suckered into that one. Target fixation. We've already passed Joe Bardsley once. That's in front of us. We passed him here before. And we only dropped 2 places, I believe. We're 15th. We were 13th. I'm back in the commentary booth tomorrow. Because it'll be the 5th round of the Super Formula Renault Championship, where we are at Twin Ring Motegi. It's a very, very low res track because we're using a really dodgy version of it rather than the paid version of it. Looks like we're having a... coming up against a couple of BRMs here. One of them made a mistake. It's a BRM blockade at the moment. We're going to pass one. Whoa! San Marino GP practice. Practice for what? Oh, okay. 1984 round 4. Make sure your Ferrari doesn't get disqualified for not having enough fuel in it. Actually, no, 1984. I think 1984 was when... I think it was going to be a Ferrari win, wasn't it? It was another race where no one wanted to win. It seemed. I'm in a right gaggle of cars here. Can't remember there was a Ferrari driver that took over from when Mediani got sacked. I can't remember what his name was. That Honda is lagging badly. Who is that? Is that Baz? That's Dave Allen. Wasn't Dave Allen flagged last season for having a bad connection? Nothing's really improved. No, it wasn't Stefan Johansson. I'm thinking before that. Maybe I'm thinking of a different season, because there was a Ferrari win. Maybe that was '83. And is it the guy that moved to Renault? Because in 1985, lots of people got DQ'd for not having enough fuel, I think. Going to pass this laggy Honda. So we're now up to 12th. That's a driver that was taking the railing around there. Are we going to pass another one? Before I have the overlap. But we've got the pace to pass these guys. Another laggy car. Sniffing his exhaust pipe. Should be able to outbrake him coming up. Or not. We pushed him into a mistake. We'll have some of that. So that was Joe Barsley. Past Mike Wrightson in the pits. So Baz West. We're chasing Baz West now. We're up to 10th. A Honda just appeared. Where did Dave Allen come from? I think pretty much he appeared right in front of Joe Barsley and knocked him off. So I think Dave Allen's going to get some slaps on the wrist from the moderators. Because he's causing all kinds of problems. Oh no, Joe is... Oh! Joe Barsley is there. Yes, Joe Barsley was the one that hit me. So I'm going to feature in the moderator's report. But I think, thankfully, I'm not going to... be at fault for any of it, hopefully. Now, the last season, I believe the moderator in Division 3 was Malk Bywaters, I think. I haven't looked at the championship table for this, so I'm not sure who is, because I don't want to spoil myself on the results. I don't know who my moderator is for this time. That's an Eagle that's just come out of the pits. So that's Clive Griffin. So he had a hefty pit stop, which has dropped him back down to 10th place. And we're going to probably pass him. Or try. Don't feel confident breaking down into that turn. Should have maybe took the opportunity because he did leave the door wide open. And if I can't pass him, then he's probably going to be away in a faster car. There's also a Ferrari that I've passed in the pit stops, which is Derek Jones. I mean, I should have been up with these guys at the start because of where I was on the grid. Moderator Chris Starks. Okay. Oh, we locked up a bit. That was a bit odd. That was a bit odd. Did we just synchronized spin there? Because I locked up. So he's already spun. He's locked his rears. I've done exactly the same. That's got to be a racing incident. We just happened to have the same accident at the same time, it looked like. Oh, you're going to take a stop and go straight away. Even though I wasn't at fault. Curse my sportsmanship. So God knows where we're down to now. We're back to 13th again. This is like a Kyle Army race, this is. But I don't know how we came together because if I spun sideways and he spun sideways, surely we wouldn't have got together. But there was probably a lag touch in there somewhere. And I mean, he came off worse than I did. But it's going from bad to worse. All these people with dodgy connections. But I think maybe the approach I would take is like the better safe than sorry. You know, I would have forfeit like a couple of places if I didn't take a stop and go or something. I don't know why I took a Brabham over the Ferrari. I mean, maybe I'm as fast in the Brabham as I am in the Ferrari, perhaps. And I wouldn't have had to take a huge penalty in the pit stop. So, one of those things, I guess. Right, lap 14 of 21. It's been a bit up and down. Losing a bit of concentration and going on the verge. Now I thought, because I've literally dropped my earphones so many times on like hardwood floors, and I thought it was actually the earpiece that has gone, but it's not. It's the wire. So the wire connecting to one earpiece, because you can actually detach the wire, because I swapped the earpieces over. It's not the earpiece that's gone. It's just one side of the wire that's gone. And I mean, I got no real way of testing whether whether it's the socket on the PC, but it can't be if I've swapped the earpieces and they work. But I just can't afford to buy another one. So I'm having to use my VR earphones again, because the VR headset has like earphones. Well, they're kind of like over the ear speakers. Once I got the earpieces, I didn't use them anymore, but I'm gonna have to switch back to them. It's a bit of a pain. Well, I suppose we've made up places, but we haven't really gone anywhere. Oh, a freebie. That's A. Hodgson. I believe that's probably Andrew Hodgson. Or Anthony Hodgson. Can't remember. I'm going to have to defend, I think, coming up. Look at that Ferrari power. He could brake so late, and he was so much speed into the corner. Well, we did pick up a place, but then we lost it instantly. No one behind. So this looks like this is where we're gonna finish. I can't even remember if points go down this far. It may only even be the top 10 that gets points. Let's see where Ben Summers is. Well, he's not close enough to me to have to be on my camera. So either you're far behind or you're way far in front, Ben. You might be in the top 10 with your Cooper. P14 got 1 point. So I'm probably going to get 2. Lap 17 of 21. I may gain some positions through penalties. But I don't think the perpetrators of some of the problems are ahead of me, so maybe not. I'm keeping up with this Ferrari. Either this Ferrari keeps making mistakes, or I seem to be kind of keeping pace with him. He's not going away. I think this particular league, because it's actually still going, isn't it? It must have started around 1998, 1999. So it's probably 25 years old now. Ugh. But it looks like Ferrari's got the letter. Well, pulled out a big gap on the straight. Maybe I've just resigned myself to the fact that this is where I'm going to finish. Oh, we're P12 now for some reason. Because the game came out in 1998, I believe. And the admins decided, oh, let's set up a UKGPL league. Because obviously before, all, you know, ways to, I mean, even how to join races and things, multiplayer wasn't really a thing. Reliably, anyway. You didn't have things like race lists and server browsers and stuff. You would either like direct connect to somebody. It was all a bit of a faff. And then someone made the Win VROC platform. I can't even remember what it stood for. Virtual Racing Online something. But that was my first encounter with a race list where you could join. You could possibly join what was a public server back then. But obviously the league races were passworded private servers. So without the community that supported this game, it wouldn't still be around. Yeah, I don't know why they chose that. That intro sound is very strange. Let's hope Division 2 isn't a complete washout, if this is the way it starts. Maybe this is one of the seasons where I don't even get on the podium. So this is Season 8. I've got Season 9, Season 10, Season 11 and Season 12 to go. There's a lot more controversy to come. If I can remember it when it comes up. Right, lap 20 of 21, so penultimate lap. No one around now. Is that Ferrari just disconnected or is he just out of sound range? Oh no, he's just out of sound range. So Baz West. I'm beating Baz West. I think. Yeah. I've got the whole length of the straight. Oh, someone's gone off. It's Ben Summers! Thanks for the place, Ben. Oh. Gifted me a place Coming on to the last lap. Embedded in the hedge. I don't know why you're not getting out of the hedge. Or why you haven't reset the car or something. You're just sitting there in the hedge. Thanks for the gift, though. I don't know why I'm tired. You can't remember whether you were anti-shift R or not. What do you mean anti-shift R? You didn't want to lower yourself to resetting the car. That's another yellow flag. Is that still Ben embedded in the... Yeah, still Ben embedded in the hedge. Why are you still there? I mean, maybe that's true. Maybe you had a... That looked like annoyance there, didn't it? That looked like being really pissed off. That was me just turning my wheel into the Armco. So we ended up 11th, I think. Interesting. All right. Let's check the results. Right, I'm gonna try and not spoil anything for myself. There we go. Okie doke. So Division 2. We're going to find out some names as well. So Alan Edward Wallace, whoever that was, came first in the Honda. We got 2 BRM. Joe Barsley ended up second. How annoying is that? I ended up 4th. What's going on? What's going on? Am I looking at the right race? Maybe this is the pre-race. Because I'm in a Ferrari there. This is the pre-race. This is no points. In a non-championship race, I got 4th. How annoying is that? I'm gonna check the I've just got it listed as season 8 pre-Monza. So it's even though they're moderating it, it's a... So the next one... And I was featured in a thing. There's still a lot of reports as well. So Mosport, how did I do at Mosport? 9th in a Cooper. So it is Jimmy Vark. Oh, Ralph Mafe is in the in this one. Someone called Fester. What? It's Paul Bird. So another report where I'm featured, but I'm not at fault. Right, so this should be the one. So we are October the 26th, 2003. So Graham Byford gets the win in a Cooper. Paul Adams second. Paul Bird in third. Eddie Abansky in fourth. Richard Foster in fifth. Derek Jones sixth. Mike Ryson seventh. Martin Portman eighth. Dave Allen still finishes ahead of me in ninth. Andrew Hodgson in the Ferrari in 10th. I get 11th place in the end. Clive 12th. Baz 13th. Paul Villiers in 14th. Joe Barsley in 15th. Docked 2 places. Ben Summers does get 16th. Jimmy Vark 17th. And Picnic, whoever Picnic is, in 18th. Let's see. Right, Joe Barsley, Neil Wood, and Graham Byford, Mike Wrightson, and Barry, all of them. Joe Barsley gets a good start and tries to go between Derek Jones and Neil. Gets too close to Neil, and Neil gets a hit from Warp, and then Graham, Mike, and Barry get collected. Verdict: Joe was too aggressive, going for a gap that was not big enough, and not taking the limitations of internet racing. Driving much too close. So I took a stop and go for that. Shouldn't have done. So is there going to be any... Paragolica, Clive Griffin and Clive and Neil try to outbrake each other going into Parabolica. Both lose control and get tangled. Both serve a stop and go. Well, we both thought we were at fault, so I guess. I don't know. Right. Next race. Let's hope this one is better. So our next race is at Mossport. Now, it's a server replay. What happens? Now, I usually preface Mossport by saying, I usually do well at Mossport. But that's not entirely true, is it? Right, we are in a Brabham. It looks like we are quite well down the order. I'm deciding that this is going to be a Brabham season, apparently. Just waiting for a couple more people to turn up on the grid. I think that might be it. Right, so it's Ralph Mafe in first, Derek Jones in second, Joe Barsley in third, Mike Wrightson in fourth, Baz West in fifth, Eddie Abansky in sixth. I'm in seventh with Paul Adams just behind in the Cooper, Jimmy Vark behind him in the BRM, and then we've got Clive Griffin, Graham Byford, Paul Villiers, Martin Portman, Paul Bird, Richard Foster, Dave Allen, R. Whittle. So there we go. It's a big field. So let's see if I survive turn 1. 27 laps. I mean, I'm going to be beating a couple of these people out of the pit stops, like the 3 Ferraris in first, second, and third, if I can stay close. Oh, that was a good start. No, it wasn't. Initial start was good, but I got out-dragged by a Cooper. Off goes a Ferrari. Oh, we held on to it. No, we didn't. I had just scooped it up. I got a tank slapper because I saw it coming together ahead, so I was like, oh. Ah, I've got it. No, I haven't. So who was that then? Clive Griffin again. That was a lag touch though, wasn't it? Look. He wouldn't even felt it. Oh, this season! I'm at the back. Another race where we got a fight from the back. This season is going from bad to worse. There's a freebie. I mean, am I going to fall on my sword a bit and say that I need to take a stop and go? I don't think. I'd be stupid to take a stop and go for that. And we all know Mossport is very difficult to pass on. I believe that's Paul Villiers ahead. No, that's Whittle and Jimmy Vark. Oh, what's going on? Whittle has gone a bit wide. Are we just going to sneak around the outside here? A bit wide ourselves. I think Jimmy Vark is our next person to pass. We're not having an awful amount of luck, really, are we? And I mean, because it's a server replay, am I even going to finish the race? Followed him in a bit too deep there. He's gone wide though. Not capitalised. Felt the need to go a little bit defensive. So to put this in perspective, I'm in traffic, I'm doing 1:27. Fastest lap of the race for the leader is a 1:24. So it just shows you that if you're stuck in traffic around here, then you're just going to go really slowly. So unless you get a good exit on that corner. Oh, there's a Honda that spun. It's 2 freebies. sure how you would have it come together at that point in the circuit. But so we're probably up to 13th now. But we're definitely faster than this. We're losing the main pack ahead. Stay wide because there's a BRM up our inside. We can defend. Is that me done? Is that it? I think we had a disconnection on lap 4. That's it. That's all we get. That's all we get. Right, so we're looking at the results already. I never thought we'd be looking at the results this early. Right, okay, Mosport. So Mike Wrightson came away with the win in the Honda for that one. Richard Foster in the BRM in second. I think Richard Foster was actually one that was following me. So what did it say? I finished last. Finished last. Right, so the incident with Barry and Eddie caused some slowing down and it catches Neil out. He struggles to hold control of his tail, wagging Brabham, and Clive running faster on the inside line gives Neil a tap from a warp. Clive could have given a little more room. That may have stopped the warp contact, but I can't say he was in any fault. Shame. Neil would have done well to bring the Brabham under control, only to receive this warp hit that puts him into the sand trap. Exactly. So I wouldn't have featured in any of the rest of the reports because no. Okay. Third round. No, I don't want that song. Yeah, that's a bit better. Right, okay. Third round. Well, we were going to get 3 rounds done today. I've got just under an hour to do it, so let's hopefully I don't get disconnected for this. Oh, this is... Oh, no, it's Nordschleife. But I've got the player replay. So I'm not going to disconnect from this one. So at least that's something. We're in a Cooper. We're deciding that having a slower car is the way to go. I don't think we're expecting someone to be in front of us. It's quite a loose grid. So let's see. Alright, so I assume that there's going to be a couple of people ahead. So Eddie Abansky in the Brabham, Joe Bardsley in the Brabham, Ralph Mayfer in the Ferrari, Graham Byford in the Cooper, I'm just behind him in the Cooper, And they've got Mike Wrightson in the Honda, who's probably going to skip us in the pit stops. I can't remember if they were ahead of the Cooper or behind the Cooper in pit stops. We then got Richard Foster in a BRM. And that's all we can see. So, can we possibly get through turn 1? We haven't so far. Pretty good start. Not a bad start. The field seems to be going away from me in the second phase of the start because of just top speed and stuff. The field is a bit laggy for me. Maybe I was having some internet problems because the whole field is lagging. And I mean, I'm probably on broadband internet, I think. The whole field is laggy. Got a BRM just behind me. So we've had a 12th place and a disconnection. Can this season get any worse? I don't think it can it? So we're chasing Ralph. Ralph got a bit wide there. Slow onto the straight. But watch this little Cooper can do about it. He's gone defensive already. Imagine how disconcerting it must be to be that close to a car and it's flicking around all over the place. Something you could ignore. So, I mean, you're trying to predict where that car is going, and if it's moving unpredictably, you're like, what do I do? Oh, no, we're going to hit the dirt. Don't hit the arm, go! That's one place. I think we're down to 7th now. So what lap time do you think I'm doing around the Nordschleife in a Cooper? Is it going to be under 9 minutes? So we're being chased by a Honda. So Mike Wrightson. He was in front of me, wasn't he? 850. Oh, we're trying too hard. Ended up racing Mike Wrightson in subsequent R-Factor leagues. He got into space games a bit more than racing games later on. Lost touch with this Ferrari. I'm not sure the first lap was going to be an 850, but and we've only got 5 laps. Only 5 laps, isn't it? Seems to be pulling away a little bit from the Honda. The problem is with Nordschleife as well, the pit stops, they don't really come into a big effect because there's such a large winning margin by the faster cars. I mean, I would have thought that the pit stop time should have been more for the Nordschleife because just how long the circuit is. I never like dropping into this bit here. It's always too slow going into it. I can see the Ferrari just ahead. If that is a Ferrari, I don't think it is a Ferrari. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Marshall. He's fine. He jumped out of the way. So it's Richard Foster in the Brabham that we're chasing. We would have to pass him anyway because he would beat us through the pit stop. I'd say at least we haven't crashed on the first few turns. Or got crashed off on the first few turns. So this race is already going better than the other ones. Oh, yellow flag. Is this a freebie coming up? Side by side through here, boys. Not good. I don't know whether the Cooper has got the legs on the BRM down the long straight. Decided not to drop in. Don't do our usual trick where we go into that corner too fast and give the fence a good old whack. See whether the Cooper has got some legs on this BRM. Remember, you got a lift over the crest. Otherwise, engine go bang. Seemingly, the BRM was able to stay in front down that straight. We're down to 7th place. It did say 6th place. We're now 7th. I think we went off just out, just before the bridge. stretch it a little through the twisties. Just taking a lot of liberties with the track limits. Are we going to be able to get past, or are they going to make a mistake? I mean, this Division 2 is already tough. It must be a bit weird coming from all of the other seasons where I pretty much finished in the top 5, top 7, even the top 2 once, and now being languishing down in the lower order of the top 10. You don't get faster by beating slower people, you get faster by chasing faster cars. So. Got it slowed down somehow. So our first lap was an 8:46. How about that? I've been getting into my truck sims again. Now I've got them working a little bit better. There's been a couple of updates recently. I found a tweak online to one of the files, which for some reason it's a night and day difference. So before I had really bad stutters, and I just couldn't drive the truck. Everything would go into slow motion. The picture quality was terrible. But I seem to have found a good middle ground. Both the American Truck Sim and the Euro Truck Sim. I'd maybe like to do some convoys at some point. I haven't figured out a way to show it on stream very well, so I don't know whether... I don't know if it's something that I would stream. Because it doesn't have a good VR mirror. I mean, there is a way of mirroring it through Steam VR, but it means that all of the chat windows and stuff appear. Oh, a track IR, yeah. I remember having one of those. I had way back when I got into NASCAR racing. So probably at this point, because obviously NASCAR 2003 was around, maybe NASCAR 4 was coming out. Well, no, I suppose NASCAR season 2002 was out. So I'd got into that. So I remember joining a league that did NASCAR races, and we did it was very rare that our races were actually broadcast by anybody, and we had a one-off race that was broadcast at Talladega. Now, if you know Talladega, that's one of the flat-out races like Daytona, and I was really looking forward to it because it's the first time. Oh, off goes Richard Foster. I'll have that. It's the first time that we had a broadcast from our particular division, or I can't remember whether it was divisions back then or what, but our particular series. I think it was the I can't remember if it was the truck series or not. Maybe it was. I mean, I've actually got a CD. It's either a CD or a DVD of the actual race. Maybe I'll play it on stream sometime. Because I've never watched it. I got a copy of it, but I've never watched it. So I'll have to look in my boxes to see if I can find that. Maybe I won't give away what happened. If we're going to watch it on stream, I won't give away what happened. But I'm not to know whether I was featured on the stream at all, because I haven't watched it. So, but yeah, I was gonna give you a spoiler. But, so NASCAR 4 was revolutionary in its time. So NASCAR 2003 was already out by the time we were doing these races, because this is October 2003. Probably at this point this is November 2003. And I think it's actually some time before. I can't remember when they stopped supporting NASCAR 2003, because they started to bring out the truck series and stuff as mods. Yeah, I think it was kind of round about the time that R-Racing was beginning, because there was a big reshuffle at Papyrus and stuff like that. Getting chased by that Honda again, but we don't have anyone to chase ourselves, so we're back up to 6th place. So we're coming down the main straight. We are pitting behind a Ferrari. Strange place to pit, but be pitting quite a long time for a Cooper. So we beat a Ferrari out of pits. So NASCAR Thunder was the EA game, wasn't it? So I think we lost a place and gained a place. So Joe Barsley in the Brabham we caught up with a little. So I think we're staying in 7th place. Actually, the Honda probably went past us, but so we're maybe down to 8. So we now got that Ferrari chasing us again. We've got Joe Barsley and Bansky. It says they're in 3rd and 4th. So we pulled a blinder with our car choice. So we're now down to the 829s. So our Whittle is on the fastest lap of the race. It's 8:13. Right, there's one Brabham off. Thank you very much. So this is lap 3 of 5. I don't think I bought any of the other NASCAR games. I remember playing a couple of NASCAR and IndyCar games on the PlayStation. One of them, well, I remember there being like a Microsoft Windows game called Kart Precision Racing. It looked like absolute crap, but it was the only kind of modern-ish IndyCar game. I remember playing a game on the PlayStation which had like a career mode in it. I think it was based around a team, I think. got someone who went up the hill. I think we're going to be capitalising on that. I can't remember if it was an Andretti game or not, or a Newman Haas game. I think it was called Andretti Racing, something like that. And I remember that you started out in... You could kind of work your way through from IndyCar to NASCAR, something like that. I remember playing that over Christmas one year. And I just remember because it had like the iconic Texaco Havoline black and red. No! The Texaco and Havoline black and red liveries. So we are chasing a what? It's bloody Richard Foster again! We got rid of him once and now he's ahead of us again. I mean, I don't know if it actually came out on anything but the PlayStation. We're talking about PlayStation 1 as well. This BRM all over again. Oh, he's made a mistake. Yeah, I didn't. Well, at that point, I probably wouldn't have had access to a PC that could run good games. My parents had a PC for work, which was like, I think at that point they maybe had a 386 or a 486 or something like that. It was slow. Having to try and squeeze 1 megabyte of memory out of a 386 to get F1GP to run. That was interesting. Sitting there kind of hunchbacked over the keyboard racing 100% races, getting cramp in my fingers. I think in the end I got my own PC. It was quite dodgy, really. I can't remember whether, I think it was actually before I went to college. I had found an ad for a PC going quite cheap, and it was because obviously back then you had more CPU manufacturers. You had Intel, which was way out of price range for me back then. I think AMD was still around. Oh, that was a bit much there. Don't know what happened there. Car bit us a bit. But you then had a third manufacturer called Cyrix. So I managed to get a Cyrix computer. Now, I picked up an ad, either from like a free ad in the back of a newspaper or something, where someone was selling a PC. And at that point I was, I don't know, probably 15, maybe, something like that. So my dad took me to where this guy was selling the PC. And I suppose the alarm bells maybe should have gone off if I was a bit older. If I was a bit older, the alarm bells should have gone off a little bit, because we went to a what was an empty unit or an empty office space, and I remember going in there and there was nothing in there at all, and we met this guy in there, and he literally just had the computer on a table inside this office space. I don't remember seeing anything else, which struck me as a little odd. I think that he did give a reason why it was just him and the computer there. And he showed us it running. I think he put on Doom or something. And he said, look, the computer runs, it does all this, da 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 da. And I was like, oh, I'm quite happy with that, that's fine. And I took it home and started to try and run things on it. And then every like 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes, the computer would just blue screen. And I was like, this is a bit weird. I saw it running. What? Obviously didn't see it running for that long, but I couldn't run anything on it. It would just blue screen after a little while. And when I got it taken to the person that my dad bought his PC from, and he had a look at it. He said, yeah, the computer didn't have a heatsink on it. The CPU didn't have a heatsink. So the computer was basically overheating and blue screening. Which, whether they pulled a fast one to, run a game just before it would have blue screened. Because I can't think that they whipped the back off the PC, took the heatsink out, and then gave us the PC. So that was a little confusing. But after I put the heatsink on, it was fine. Because I mean, even back then, CPUs didn't really get that hot, so to speak, but you still needed something in there. So I'm just trying to think, like my Athlon chip that was like a breeze block that you slotted in vertically. I don't remember there ever being a fan on that. Maybe there was, I can't remember. So lap 4 of 5. Now stuck behind this bloody BRM again. It says 6th place on my position. So this is potentially 5th place. So is it going to take a mistake from him, or a passing manoeuvre from me? Can't see anyone behind me. Not good through this infill section. Let's look at Richard Foster's times then. I've done a fastest lap time of 8:29. His best lap is an 8:34. So I've got pace on him. But we are making little mistakes, which is holding us back. That's not that quick. I think my personal best is in a 4. Well, no, I probably did the lowest lap time at most life, actually. Ferrari was probably in the high 810s. Probably like 816 or something. I don't know. So I'm not going to feature in the moderator report this time, am I? Because nothing has happened. Which I suppose is good. Way! Too eager on the loud pedal there. I'm a bit scrappy, really. I'm not smooth enough to be doing fast lap times around here. It just looks like I'm constantly got oversteer on exit. It's not smooth enough. Maybe trying a bit too hard as well. Wide, we can't capitalise. 12:08? Do you mean 8:08? $12? Why was it 12? Oh, ran in too much there, and he's got away. So we're quicker, but we're just trying too hard. Oh, so that was the monster rank was when he had to get a lap time in every single car on the standard tracks. I don't think I ever did that. Must have done. We've got one lap to try and pass this BRM. To make a bit of a large mistake there in the last sector. I always had to hold my breath coming through that corner. Scary as hell. I think I know what's going to happen at the last lap of this race. I have visions from 20 years ago. I'm not going to give it away because if it's what I think it is, then chase is on for the last lap. I mean, it just kind of occurred to me because we're coming on to the last lap and I'm close behind someone and I know something that happened. So that was my fastest lap of the race. We're at 8:28. So even with that mistake, I did a faster lap time than I did before. Carlisle is the only track you never managed to get under the benchmark. I think I was close though. Very close. Ooh, we were so close to losing it then. I think even in a Lotus I was not under the benchmark, which is depressing. Yeah, we're making far too many mistakes. Lost someone to chase now. I've not lost a place. Yeah. See how close it is? It's within tenths of a second. I mean, with the GPL rank, when the GPL rank is concerned, I think it was mainly like I just wanted to go negative. And then I was fine with that. I didn't want to kind of do any more than that. Once I was negative, I was like, yep, that's good. That's the when they brought out Gem Plus, when you had the ability to switch engines and stuff. I created a new profile for it because we did that when I joined another series. We started playing around with putting a Ferrari in the back of a Cooper and stuff like that. Weird and wonderful combinations just to see what would happen if you put like the fastest engine and in a slower chassis. I don't actually know how to do that now. I mean, I've looked at Gem Plus and it doesn't look like there's something else that you need to download for it. An engine swapper of some kind. I mean, how people would be able to detect? I suppose maybe the replay analyzer maybe would be able to detect what engine each car was using. So if it was detected in a replay when you're only supposed to be using a Cooper Maserati and you're instead using a Cooper Lotus, it would probably say it. So you can't get away with it. I mean, it'd be similar to stuff that you could do now with an R factor mod. You could just change the engine file, keep the chassis the same, but change the engine file for a particular car. That's kind of what the 1970s mod does. The way I've set it up initially is I've been able to keep the same chassis as before, but put a different engine in it. At some point I'll get back to the 70s mod thing. I've set up an initial upgrade which swaps. You have the option to swap engines. Well, no, couldn't swap an engine via an upgrade. You could do it visually, and you could do it. You could do it physically, I suppose you'd call it. But I couldn't do it all with the audio. It just seemed like a bit of a faff. In the end, I just created three different cars, same chassis, just different engines in each. So you either took a Cosworth, a Ferrari, or a... I can't remember what the other one was now, a Matra. But then I had that other idea of making the wings and the stuff have different properties, because at the moment they're just a visual upgrade. Oh, there's a car! I can see it. We're catching up with it. And we're coming down to the last part of the circuit too. If this is what I'm thinking it is, you're going to have to watch till the right last corner. I can't remember it being a BRM though, but you do seem quite far back. So I'm wondering whether what's going to happen is actually going to happen. I don't want to give anything away for subsequent seasons. No. We're going to have to wait for subsequent seasons. Maybe it's not even the UKGPL. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Bonk! We come away with no wheels left. We came away with 6th place, so not bad, I suppose. It's the first race where it's been my mistakes that have cost me. But we'll see. Right. Gonna look at the results for this one, and then I've got to go. So we had a last place in the last race because we got a disconnection at Mossport. So Nürburgring, who won? Ronnie Whittle with a 8:09 in qualifying and an 8:12 in the race. Cooper won the race by 42 seconds. Mike Wrightson gets 2nd. Eddie Abansky gets 3rd. Joe Barsley in 4th. Richard Foster just ahead of me in 5th. And I get a 6th place in a Cooper. So the 2nd Cooper on the road. Considering all the mistakes and stuff, we didn't finish quite far down the... I don't think this race time is correct though, is it? Because he was 42.24, 28.37. Oh, so it's only 30 seconds away from the leader. Well, no, 35 seconds away from the leader-ish. With no server replay and no knowledge of any bad driving instruments, the results will stand. 2 self-reported mishaps, missed pit stops from Martin Portman and Barry West. Thanks for their honesty. Time penalties did not change any of the finishing positions, so no adjustment needed to be done. Oh. No server replay. I had a server replay. I had a server replay. So they obviously didn't have one at the time. Right, let's save that page for later, because we're going to come back to that. Right, I'm going to be back this evening at 6 o'clock, to be exact. We're going to be doing some racing at Linus Monteri, which should be fun. So join me for that. Hopefully I've got all of my audio sorted. I'm going to have to remember to make sure that I'm listening to the right stuff in the right sources. And I've turned down the noise gate on the microphone, so hopefully that works a little better than it has in the past. So join me back here at 6 o'clock. So the stream should be on just before 6 o'clock. So as I say, we're going to be at Linus Monteri for a 100 minutes race. It's the last race of the season, so hopefully we go out with a metaphoric bang. The circuit is kind of similar to the version that people have been running. A couple more trackside objects, but that's about it. So join me in a couple of hours. Thank you for watching, and we'll do more of this. Maybe I'll do an afternoon stream tomorrow, because we're going to be doing sim racing in the evening. So maybe I'll finish off. Probably won't be able to finish off season 8 because there's 9 rounds. So it depends how early we get on. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a couple of hours.